And welcome to Hannity. And tonight, Democrats, they are unhinged. Take a look.
You may say to yourself, well, those aren't the rules. There are no refs in this game. The rules. We are going to win whatever it takes.
F the rules. Now, more utterly insane, and there's a ton of it, cringeworthy, manufactured, feigned, phony outrage from Beto Bozo O'Rourke and others as Texas Democrats continue to throw their little temper tantrum, trying to stall redistricting. Also, Marxist Mamdani brought to tears by Elizabeth Warren. Very touching. Take a look.
Mark Zuckerberg. So Mark Zuckerberg gets to buy another island.
I was trying to hold in a cough and I started crying.
Oh, I thought you were just being tender. I feel the same way. I bring this out in people. I really do. It's fun.
Have some water.
That's what we need, a crybaby mayor in New York City. And coming up, why is Marxist Mamdani in a cheap $2,300? Understand, in New York, $2,300 is nothing. It's a New York apartment, rent stabilized. That is designed for working class people and poor people. We will preview New York City's dark future with this aspiring rapper turned Marxist hero at the helm. And like many communists, ultra wealthy, Zoran Mamdani is living the good life while taking resources away from people that really need it. We'll explain. But we begin in a different city. Tonight, that is our nation's capital, Washington, D.C. We will give you news and information, I promise, you'll never get from the state-run legacy media mob. The U.S. has long been the greatest country on earth, the greatest, best country, I always say, God gave man. But sadly, that is not reflected on the streets of our capital city. Murder, assault, sexual assault, armed robbery, carjackings, the chaos, the carnage is nonstop, never-ending. As of today, that is about to change. President Trump is now invoking what is Section 740 of the D.C. Home Rule Act that enables the president to federalize law enforcement in D.C. if there are, quote, special conditions of an emergency nature. The administration is now taking command of the city's police force, deploying the National Guard to restore safety and security for all its residents after conditions have totally deteriorated in our capital city. Think about this. If Washington, D.C. were a state, it would be home to the highest murder rate in the entire country. Great job, Muriel Bowser. In fact, few places on earth are as violent as our capitalist city. Even Chicago, Compton, and L.A. have a lower murder rate. In 2024, murder in D.C. was worse than almost every other capital city in the entire world. Look at this. It's insane. It was nearly twice as bad as Bogota, Colombia, 3 times worse than Mexico City, Islamabad, and more than 25 times worse than London per 100,000 people. And that's not all. Take a look at your screen. In 2023, Washington, D.C.'s homicide rate was 10 times worse than Havana and Cuba, significantly higher than several major cities in Africa and South Africa. Baghdad is even safer than our nation's capital. And it's not just murder. Carjackings up 547% in just 5 years. Also, thousands of assaults, burglaries, robberies, you name it, it's happening. One local reporter posted this image on X. It is a car with a handwritten sign that says, quote, "There is nothing of value in this car. Only restaurant supplies and broken dreams. Please don't break the windows for the 5th time." All told, in 2024, there were nearly 30,000 crimes committed that we know about. And many of the most heinous offenses are committed by teens under 18. Take a look.
I see too much violent crime being committed by young punks who think that they can get together in gangs and crews and beat the hell out of you or anyone else. They don't care where they are. They can be in DuPont Circle, but they know that we can't touch them. Why? Because the laws are weak. I can't touch you if you're 14, 15, 16, 17 years old and you have a gun. I convict someone of shooting another person with an illegal gun on a public bus in the chest. Intent to kill? I convict him. And you know what the judge gives him? Probation. says you should go to college. The president is going to do everything we need to do to make sure that these emboldened criminals understand we see you, we're watching you, and we're going to change the law to catch you.
All right, the U.S. Attorney for D.C., Judge Jeanine Pirro, will be with us in a moment. Now, clearly, there is a major crisis in our nation's capital. Even our friend, Democrat Harold Ford, is praising President Trump for taking action, but instead of working with the administration to restore law and order, safety, security, most of the Democrats, they are seething with rage. What, they don't care about the innocent victims? Again, not once did they care about the people that were murdered and raped and victims of violent crime because of Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, Mayorkas's wide open borders, unvetted illegals in our country. But according to D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser, Trump's commitment to reducing crime is, you guessed it, a threat to democracy. Only thing missing is a Hitler comparison. Take a look.
My message to residents is this. We know that access to our democracy is tenuous. That is why you have heard me and many Washingtonians before me advocate for full statehood for the District of Columbia. And while this action today is unsettling and unprecedented, I can't say that given some of the rhetoric of the past, that we're totally surprised.
Meanwhile, on the city streets, Washington's far-left residents protested Trump's crime crackdown the only way they know how. They were singing songs. It was beautiful for the moment. Take a look.
D.C. is our home. You can have it, Trump. D.C. is our home. You can have it, Trump. It's our home, so it's our home. So get on out.
I can't take the singing. Stop the singing. Unfortunately, it gets worse. It's no surprise, but the media mob, they are completely outraged that President Trump will actually protect people's lives, restore law and order, and would use the federal government to do so in our nation's capital. They are outraged as per usual every minute, every second of every day. Take a look.
You really did hear the president paint quite a dystopian picture of Washington, D.C., saying that it was overtaken by violent gangs, by bloodthirsty criminals, using this imagery that doesn't necessarily comport with a lot of people's experience in this city.
I'm trying to hold my temper. I think there's an ongoing argument that he's having in his head with Black Lives Matter. There's an ongoing argument that he's having with the questions around criminal justice reform and police reform. He's going to undermine the democratic process in the district.
He has always felt that American cities, especially those with large black populations like Washington, D.C., are crime-ridden and run by incompetent leadership.
Talking about juveniles, like people are one beat away from saying super predators. Yeah. It feels familiar.
Yeah, it sure does. It sure does.
Perfectly content to allow the murder and the rape and other violent crime to continue at record rates, alarming rates, higher than any other capital in even the most violent countries. Why? Because it's President Donald J. Trump, that president that is committed to restoring safety and law and order and protecting lives. We have nearly 3 times the homicide rate compared to almost any other capital in the world. Democrats, their answer is to be mad at the guy that's going to protect people, not mad at the people that are actually involved in the crime. More defund, dismantle, no bail law, insanity.
Want even more Fox News on YouTube? Become a Fox News Patriot today. Click join to find out how.